Hello my dear students, in this video we are going to see the highest common factor and least common multiple. This is present in Math 6 R.S. Agarwal and in NCERT 6 Ganita Prakash. An introduction to this topic is given in the chapter Prime Time. In this video let us see prime factorization method and division method to find out HCF as well as LCM and also check for co-prime and divisibility. First let us see HCF. Let me take two numbers, one which I always take, that's 24, and another one 36, and list all the factors of 24 and 36. So 24, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is not a factor, 6, 8, 12 and 24. For 36 the factors are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 12, 18 and 36. So among these, which are the common factors of 24 and 36? So 1 is common, 2 is common, 3 is common, 4 is common, 6 and 12 are also common. Among all these, which one is the highest common factor? That is 12. So 12 is the common factor of 24 and 36, and since it is the highest, we call it the highest common factor, HCF. HCF is also called GCD, that is greatest common divisor, and sometimes it is also called GCM, greatest common measure. When we have big numbers like 396 and 1080, finding the common factor by listing all the common factors is difficult. That is why we use prime factorization method. We know that all natural numbers can be expressed as multiples of prime numbers. So we are going to use the prime factorization on these two numbers. If you are not confident with the prime factorization, please watch the video on prime factorization in the same channel. Let us try to see the prime factors of this. We see that this is an even number, so let me start with the smallest prime number, that is 2. 2 1s are 2 9s are 18 and 2 8s are 16. And again this is an even number, so we can divide by 2. 2 9s are 18, 2 9s are 18. This is divisible by 11, but let me see first if it is divisible by 3, because I would like to go from the small to the largest. So 3, 3s are again 3, 11s are 11, 1s are. Here we found the prime factors of 396. Let us find the prime factors of 1080. Again this is an even number, so let me start with 2. 2 5s are 2 4s are 2 0s are. Again 2, 2 2s are 2 7s are 14. Again it's an even number, so 2, 2 1s are 2 3s are 2 5s are. And this is divisible by 5, but let me see if it is divisible by 3 first. 1 plus 3 is 4, 4 plus 5 is 9. Yes, it is divisible by 3, so let's start first with 3. 3 4s are 12, 3 5s are 15. And again this is divisible by 3. 3 1s are 3, 3 5s are. This is divisible by 3 again, 5s are and 5 1s are. We found the prime factors of 1080. We found the prime factors of 396 and 1080. After writing like this, we need to see the common ones in this. So here we see that 2 is common for these two, another 2 is common, and 3 is common, another 3 is common, and 11 is not there here, and 5 and 3, 2 are also not there. Let us write these common ones here. 2 into 2 into 3 into 3. This form the HCF of these two numbers. So HCF is given by the multiple of the common factors. This is 2 into 2 into 3 into 3, that is 36 is the highest common factor of 396 and 1080. Let us see the division method of finding HCF. The question may be, find the HCF of these two numbers, or a fraction may be given and asked to reduce it to lowest terms. So to reduce to lowest terms, we need to find out what divides these two numbers, or the common factor of this. So finding the HCF through division method becomes helpful in this case. In the division method, we are going to take the larger number as the dividend and the smaller number as the divisor and start the division process. 3120 divided by 221. So one time, that is 221, we get 1 and 9, and we get this 0 here. We see that it's 4 multiplied by 1 is 4, and here 8 and 8, and here we have 6, 10 minus 8 is 2, and this is 0. So we found 26. Now once we divide this and found the remainder, we take this as the new divisor and this old divisor as the dividend. That is 221 comes here and 26 is the new divisor. Let's see what happens. Multiply by 8 to 26 and get 8 4s are 208 here. So when we subtract, we get 3 and 1 13. Now this remainder 13 becomes our new divisor, and 26, the previous divisor, becomes the new dividend. So let's put 26 here and divide by 13. We can see that 13 2s are 26, and here we got the remainder 0. We have to continue the division process of making the divisor the dividend and the remainder the divisor till we get a 0 remainder. Once we get the 0 remainder, the last divisor which got us to the 0 remainder is the HCF of the given two numbers. In this case, after the division method, we got the HCF as 13. Now if we are asked to reduce this to lowest terms, 3120 divided by 221, we are able to do it by dividing both the numerator and denominator by 13. We get 240 by 17. So this is the lowest terms of this. Finding HCF by prime factorization and finding HCF by division method are both optimal methods in different scenarios. If we have a problem where when solving the problem, we encountered something like this and we have to multiply and find the answer, the division method helps us identify the common factor and reduce it. So in this case, when we get 17 and 240 here, we are able to do this and get this as 1200. I'm going to take two numbers, 847 and 1014, and try to find the HCF of this. First let us try the prime factorization method. So 847, let's see what divides this. So this is not an even number, it is not divisible by 3. Let's take 7 Okay, now I got 127. What divides 127? By looking at that, I feel 127 is a prime number, but I am not sure. Let's keep it as is. Let's go to this. We see that this is an even number, so we can divide it by 2. 5 is a 0 and 7 here, and 5 plus 7 is 12, so it is divisible by 3. 3 ones are 20, 3 sixes are 18, and here we have 9. 169, I know that 13 square is 169, that's why I'll divide by 13. 13, and here 13 ones are 13. We got the prime factors of 1014. Here, let me see if 13 divides this. No, 13 is not going to divide this. So I think this is a prime number. When this is a prime number, we do not have any common factors between 847 and 1014. Let us try to see the division method if this is simpler compared to this. Let me take the larger number, that is 1014, and try to divide by 847. So clearly I can see that it's possible only once. So 847, 7, this is 6, and here I have 1. So this will become my new divisor, and this will become the dividend, 847. Just a note, I like to use this symbol instead of this symbol. Both are fine, but why I use this symbol is this stops the possibility of going wrong, because we will be knowing exactly which number is the next number or which number we are dividing. Now I can see that it is possible by 5. 5 sevens are 35, 3 by 6 are 30, and 3 here. 5 ones are 5 plus 3 is 8, and here I have 2 and 1. Now let me divide this 167 by 12, and I can see that 12 13s are 156. An important suggestion for all the kids is that you should be knowing your tables till 20. This helps in solving many problems. So I get 1 here and 1 here, and 12 becomes the new dividend. 11 ones are 11, and I got 1 as the remainder. Then let me take it here. 1 becomes my new divisor, and 11 is the dividend, and 11 here. The last divisor is 1. That is why the common factor for 847 and 1014 is 1. That is the highest common factor. When the highest common factor is 1, we call those numbers as co-prime numbers. Now let us take LCM, that is the least common multiple. Let me take two numbers 2 and 3 and start listing the multiples of this. 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, so on. And 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6, 3 threes are 9, 12, 15, 18, and so on. Here we can see that among these multiples 6 is common for both, and 12 is also common for both, and if you proceed further we'll get 18 here, and 18 will be common for both. So these are the common multiples. Common multiples of these. The least, the smallest among these is the LCM of this. So here for 2 and 3, the least common multiple is the number 6. In the example 396 and 1080, which we took for finding the HCF, we will find the LCM for same two numbers. We found that HCF is given by all the common factors. Now let's write the common factors once. 2 into 2 into 3 into 3. Then whatever is left, in this case 11 is left, and in this case 2 is left, and here 3 is left and 5 is left. If we take the whole thing, then we will get the least common multiple of these two numbers. This, when we multiply, we get 11,880, and this is the LCM of these two. So looking at this, we can say that 396 into 30 or 1080 into 11 gives this number 11,880, and that is the least common multiple of these two numbers. Let us see the division method for finding the LCM. If more than two numbers are there, like we are finding a common denominator for multiple fractions, then the prime factorization method for LCM finding is going to be difficult. So we use the division method. Here let me take an example with four numbers: 12, 15, 20 and 27, and find the LCM of these. First let us examine and see if at least two numbers have a common factor. Here I see that 12 and 20 have a common factor, 15 and 20 have a common factor. Let me start with the smallest one, which is 2. Remember, in this case we need not use the prime numbers for dividing, but I would like to keep it consistent, so I'll use only prime numbers. 2, 6 is a 15 is not divisible by 2, so while finding LCM with division method, we keep this 15 as is, and 20 is divisible, so 10, and we keep this 27 as it is. Here I see that 6 and 15 have a common factor 3, 6 and 10 have a common factor 2, and 27 also has a common factor with these 3. So let me further divide by 2. 2 3 is a 15 remains as is, 2 5 is a 27 remains as it is. So here we can see that now we have a common factor for these 3, that is 3 1s are 3, 3 5s are, and this 5 remains as is, and here 3 9s are 27. Now let's find at least two numbers that have a common factor. Here we can clearly see that 5 is that number and 9. Once we reached this stage where we do not have two or more numbers that have common factor, we can stop till here, and from here we take all the numbers 2, 2, 3, 5, these won't make a difference, and 9, and multiply all of these. They give us the least common multiple. For having consistency, some children like to divide further, like till they get all ones, which is also not wrong. Here the chances of going wrong are very low because we see all the numbers on the left hand side. So we found the LCM of 12, 15, 20 and 27 as 2 into 2 into 3 into 5 into 9, or 3 into 3 if we have proceeded further, which is 540. Let us see how to check divisibility of a number by another number with the help of prime factorization. Let me take two numbers 216 and 36 and see if 216 is divisible by 36. Let us first prime factorize both of these. So 216 It's an even number. So 2 1s are 0, 2 8s are 16, 2 5s are 2 4s are 2 27s are 3 9s are 3 3s are 9, 3 1s are, and 36 is divisible by 2. Again 18s are 2, 9s are 18, 3 3s are 9, and 3 1s are 3. 216 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 3, whereas 36 can be written as 2 into 2 into 3 into 3. Now we can see here 2 is common, another 2 is common, 1 3 is common, another 3 is common, and here we can see that in the second number, that is 36, all its factors are covered in the prime factorization of the first number. This means that 36 is a factor of 216. That is why 216 is divisible by 36. So to find out if a number is divisible by another number, we need to have all the prime factors of one number in the prime factorization of another number. In this video, we have seen finding HCF and LCM with the different methods and solved some of the problems related to them. Now, the word problems related to HCF and LCM will be taken up in another video. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to the channel. Love Maths.